Hi y'all. I want to introduce you to a great use for these metal food trays. I got this one, I believe came from Pizza Hut. They cut really easily. There's a pair of household scissors. Don't want to use good hair scissors. This will put a beat on them. And you need to be really, really careful because this stuff is sharp. What we're going to do is we're going to turn our metal food trays into miniature baking dishes. This one's got some lasagna in it here. There's a cookie sheet. So what I've got is a square cut out of that, and you're going to want to have your ball tools. I have 3 different sizes. I like to start with the bigger one, but it depends a lot on the size of your project. But what you're going to do is you're going to just start rubbing with your ball tool into the shape and size of your baking dish or your pan that you're wanting to make. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to smooth it all out, and this is just getting a rough size on it. Also, you want to be working on a soft surface, a folded towel, paper towels. I have a piece of foam packing material here. We're just going to kind of rub out a shape of what we want, and then at this point I like to take my scissors and snip the corners, just a little tiny snip on each corner, and this is going to let it come up to make the square. And then we're going to just keep working that surface, and it's going to roll up a little on you, and that's okay. So once you get your basic shape in that, which you could use a cookie cutter or anything to trace out an outline if you don't want to do it freehand. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn this over. You're going to see it's pushed up there, and we're going to do that again in the center, and that's going to start making a lip on the piece. And keep rubbing along the edges. We're going to go back to the side and do it again, and you keep working it, and it'll start to smooth out and stretch a little. And again, be really careful with this because these edges are extremely sharp. And then I like to move on down to a little bit smaller size tool. Just keep on working it to get the corners there. Okay. I'm turning it over again. And again, we want to make that little lip. If you can see, it's just starting to curl up there to make a little edge around it. Now at this point, I like to come in here again with my scissors. Oops, sorry about that. And I want to gently trim a little of the excess off. You're going to trim it several times as you work it. And watch these things. I sat down on one today. It wasn't any fun. You know, make sure those get in the garbage and stay out of your way. Okay. Now I'm going to slide this out of the way, and I'm going to go onto this hard flat surface, and I want to work my edges flat. So you can see this. And you can use that ball tool to make these edges nice and flat. It also gives you your pan more shape. I'm just going to keep going around. and then it should start to look like that. You can start to see the pan, the indentation for the pan. Then again on this side, smoothing that out. Now I'm going to change over to yet again a smaller size. Keep going in there. Just keep working it. And then again, I want to bring it out here and smooth these. So you're going to keep doing this until you have your shape, the shape you want and the depth you want. And then again, I'm going to trim. I usually trim 2 to 3 times to get it just the size I want and the shape. Now I got a little bit smaller to get into the corners of my little pan here. I'm going to get the center. And just keep working them. And then just make sure when you're doing these edges that you're off onto a hard surface because they'll bend up and curl on you.